So in this Q&A, Dean asks, should you only open a trade during the live shows? Thanks for the question there, Dean. Picked this one up recently. It's one of those questions that comes out again. Everybody's looking for an arbitrary type of value. They're trying to find out, when should I place the trade? You know, should I place the trade at A, then I'll close it out at B, and C, I'll get some money. Unfortunately, it doesn't really work like that. I'm going to try my hardest though to go deep on this and give you a good answer. So, opportunity comes at any time. Quite literally, it can come at any time, and you can't choose when that comes. It's not necessarily a case of all the opportunity always comes 5 minutes from post. That's not really how it works. However, I will say, when you consider the amount of match money that goes through a horse racing market, assuming we're talking about horse racing markets here, Dean, 90% of the money, comes in the last 8 to 10 minutes of the live show. So it would make sense, if you're seeking an opportunity, to be looking within the live show predominantly. However, that's not to say when the best or the biggest or the only opportunities will arise. So it depends largely on what you're trying to do, or what you're willing to do, in sense of how you're trying to trade the market. So I know a lot of people that are newer to trading come in, they try to do a bit of scalping, they try a little bit of swing trading. They're both completely opposite ends of the spectrum, and so you need to approach them very differently. You can't look at the same time frame, the same approach, the same thing, and apply two different things. So what I'm trying to hit here is an example. If you were trying to scalp the market for a tick or a couple of ticks at a time, predominantly, Dean, then you'd be best off looking at the live show closer to post time, where there's more activity, there's more turnover within the market, there's that tiny bit more margin for error, and the opportunity to get your bets filled, assuming you're scalping. However, if you were swing trading, you would be far better off to look at the markets a bit earlier, pick up on, in fact, that moment that you've mentioned there within your question, where the markets go from being very inactive to very active. They sort of jump into life, and if you were to look at a market overview on the Geek side, for example, you'll see that it jumps from one to the other. The market goes from being inactive to forming trends and all sorts and whatnot. If you're looking for a swing trade, then you're looking for change, and also you need time for that change to take place as well. So you can't say, I want a swing trade and I'll do it within the last minute. It makes no sense. Yes, there could be a significant move within that last minute, and in fact there often is if there's some kind of trend already in place. However, you've got to allow time for the trade to mature and form and actually move, and you need to have a reason for doing that. So I think I'm getting my point across there. If you're swing trading, you need time for it to happen. You need to allow, you need a market where there's going to be some activity and movement and a reason for that movement. Whereas if you're scalping, you're looking at the other end of the spectrum. You don't really want it to move too much. You do want higher turnover. You want to get your bets matched, in which case you're probably better focusing on the live show. So it's good to differentiate between the two differences, understand what you're trying to do, and making you've got to link into the market. The market is just going to it's going to do its thing, and it doesn't really care for anyone else. So you just need to fit in around that, fit your strategy and style to what's happening within the market, is what I'm trying to say. Also, it's worth bearing in mind, Dean, very important, that winning is about what you don't do just as much as what you do. So the final advice would have to be, fit your style to your objective and the situation, what you're trying to achieve. Focus on the bright spots. So if you're scalping, for example, that would be closer to post time within the live show. And remember, it's not just about what you do, but it's about what you don't do as well. There's nothing wrong with sitting and watching a market and learning and actually getting extra education from that at the cost of nothing other than your time, and then proceeding afterwards.